Hello, welcome to Soul and Sense Astrology. My name is Pratik, and this video is based on a kind of consultation I had with someone. So the consultation was in such a way that the combinations of the chart was like Rahu was there in fourth house, and of course there were other combinations, and it was in a flow of consultation. So that what exactly the person was asking, that they want to buy a house, and I was like that okay, go ahead, buy a house, but I know that you'll buy a house which is will be going to be very massive in size. So but I'm also telling you at the same time that the house you'll buy will not be satisfactory to you. You'll prefer to change it after a few years very soon, even if you go for a permanent house kind of. So the lady was like, yeah, my husband has that in mind, and that kind of house he wants to buy, and this chart was on discussions to her husband. So what exactly happened here is that she was asking that if I want to have a loan in buying this house, then how should I go ahead with this? And I was in a flow of the consultation while I was enjoying the conversation. So the discussion I had with the lady was, so I said the lady that you should be first of all setting up your budget, check the house which you are really interested for, the massive house which you are really interested for, so that you are clear on what you're going to get, and then you go to the bank to understand can you take a loan, and then you take the loan and do it. That's possible. And where I was trying to put a point here, or put a mark here, is that what exactly you will do in such a way that so for example you want to go for a house which is of $500,000, and now the thing is that you are all ready to buy the house, but you go to the bank and you ask for the loan for the house, and you realize that the bank is able to give you $1 million for the house that you are willing to buy, based on your credit history and credibility, credit records, credit scores. So the thing that will happen further is, now you understood that you had a budget of 500,000. You went to a bank for a loan, and the loan is giving given for $1 million. Now the situation is, what will happen with your husband is that he will come back and he will say that my loan is getting approved for $1 million. So let us check the house. And the house that you have decided for, the 50 for $500,000 house, is something you will find problems in that, faults in that, and try to avoid that. And what you'll do, you will go to another broker, you'll go to the real estate broker, and the real estate broker, you'll say that show us another house, show us another house, and you'll start seeing other houses. And the broker will give you the bandwidth of 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, $1 million approximately houses. And finally the broker says, I have shown you many houses, somewhere you're not liking the houses, the one I'm showing you. This house is a perfect house that you should go for, because this has this. So he will say that it matches to your list of demands. So you do one thing, that this house is of 1 million and 1.1 million dollars. So it's just 100,000 more than your regular amount that you were looking for. And finally your husband, or you as a couple, will decide that yes, this is a good option. We have a loan of $1 million, and now we have 100,000, slightly over above it. So let us do one thing, let us take the money from our friends and all, and this just use it. So finally you will be in a situation where actually you were supposed to buy a house of $500,000, and now you are planning to buy a house of $1.1 million. You have already gone over your budget, and this is the problem of your chart. So she was like, yeah, this is how it happens. We buy all the items in similar fashion. So what happens when we do like this? We come into a situation that we are stuck in a cycle of paying back that particular expense. The expense that we were planning to do, and we were so desirable to do that expense in such a way that we over budgeted ourselves. We went over our own capacity to handle the expense. Finally it will happen that you keep on paying the loans, and ultimately what you'll do, you will try to do some kind of job which you are doing out of compulsion, not exactly out of your enjoyment. So you will be in a situation where you're doing a job and rigorously working day and night, impacting your health in such a way that you are not able to live a peaceful and happy life. It will also disturb your sleep, because you have to work day and night to complete the loan. So you've already killed your peace and satisfaction and enjoyment of that house, which you were actually planning to enjoy the house. You're no longer enjoying that house. And finally what will happen, you will be in a situation that you will not have a state where you can say that I will not do this work, or I can't do this work. If anyone will say that you didn't do this work or perform this work perfectly, you will be in a situation to say sorry, So for every mistake that you make in a life, you'll be enforced to say sorry, because you are in a situation that you know if you don't say sorry, you may lose a job. So why exactly you bought a house in first place? Because we normally impose ourselves beyond our own limitation because we are somewhere not satisfied with the kind of assets we hold. So if we have the asset which we are satisfied in it, so why exactly we'll take a loan? Why exactly we go for a bigger house? Why exactly we can't stay in a rented apartment? So we are going for a bigger house or bigger place because somewhere we are not satisfied. Why exactly you're not satisfied? Because somewhere you are in a state of competing with someone else because he has a house or she has a house. I also need this house. I also want this house. So but that particular karma will, that particular deed will create a situation for you where you are stuck in a cycle of saying sorry for every action in your life with other people, because you know that if you don't say so, the relation may go bad, the job employment may go bad. So what exactly was needed? What exactly was needed is to say thank you. If you would have been satisfied in the situation which you were, in the house which you were, in the rented apartment in which you were, in that, without at the same time competing with the other. Why exactly we compete with each other? Because we are not comfortable with the situation we are. So that's why we are competing with each other. We want to make sure that we are on somewhere above the level of the other person. If you are not satisfied with your level, that's how you compete. But at the same time, you're not saying thank you to your situation. So what ultimately happens? The destiny has made you this to say sorry, which you can't avoid. If you would have being on the other side of the coin and would have said thank you for every situation that you would have got by being satisfied in the situation you have, you wouldn't be in a situation to say sorry, and at the same time wouldn't have been spoiling your sleep. You would have been sleeping peacefully. So people who have sleep disorder, they are trying to struggle themselves with the competition of the rat race, we know. So when you're not part of rat race, you will have a good sleep. When you're part of rat race, you will not be able to sleep. People, they don't take loans. They are comforted in the situation they are, in case they are not competing. And if they want to spend money, they have the money. But when they are able to spend the money, they say thank you for that money. Thank you for allowing me to spend that money. So if you are spending something on someone or spending something on anything, and you are not being thankful for that spend that was possible by you, and trying to grab something which is over and above of your pay scale or your own capacity, without being thankful for that what you are already able to compensate on, is the state which you get into a sorry state. So we should always be in a state of saying thank you, and it becomes a natural process. So when people say have gratitude, many times people don't understand what that means. People, teachers say thank you. They don't understand what that means. Thank you is something you're satisfied in. Thank you is something that you're able to spend and being satisfied in that particular spend. Just see yourself around the world. People who are able to spend good money, they're able to enjoy their resources. People who even buy on loan, they're working so hard, they're not able to enjoy the resources. So whatever you have as your own capacity of expenditure that you can make, if you're satisfied in that expenditure that you are able to make, that will assure you have gratitude towards your life. That will show that you're thankful of your situation. And it's a natural process. It's, you will say thank you for sure. No one has to actually push you to say thank you. It will be an automatic thing that you will be saying thank you for what you have got in life when you're spending something in your capacity after being satisfied, because that's the exaltation state of Venus. So you'll be able to enjoy it, and at the same time, that's a 12th house. So you'll be able to sleep with the energy of Jupiter peacefully. So don't debilate your Venus. Don't go into sixth house affairs. Don't go into state of being overcritical to the enjoyments that is given to you by destiny, and enjoy the state of 12th house, the gratitude state, satisfaction state, self completion state, enjoyment state, peaceful state. Thank you.